everyone, I'm Esther from University of Sumatera Utara. Today I will make a presentation for my final examination with the subject Introduction to the Linguistics 2. The title of my presentation today is A Forensic Linguistics Analysis about Impoliteness Speech Addressed to President Joko Widodo via Social Media. And my presentation today consists of the introduction, the theoretical, the analysis of the case, and the last is the conclusion. And now we are coming to the introduction. First, I will explain about the background of the study from my paper. So, nowadays, there are many kinds of social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Path, and so on. Towards social media, everyone can post and comment everything they want. And this could be advocate some negative impacts. For example, the insulting towards the president. And in this paper, I tried to find some evidence related to this case. And in this study, I have two problems that I want to answer. Number one is, what are the impoliteness found in social media that insult President Joko Widodo? And number two is, how are the regulations of impoliteness on social media applied in Indonesia law? The scope of this study is only focused on impoliteness that insult President Joko Widodo during his tenure. And I take some data from Facebook and Twitter. And the research method that I use is using qualitative descriptive designed with case study in order to describe the impoliteness strategies of hate speech on social media that aim to President Joko Widodo. Impoliteness speech that were found in form of praise and clause were the data used for the study. And now I will explain about the theoretical that I use. For the first, I will explain about the forensic linguistics. Forensic linguistics discuss about the use of language in the field of law. In terms of how the language is used in a judicial process from the examination on the defendant and witnesses down by the police up to the language used by judges. Linguistics is the scientific study of language as a human activity. It is concerned with both the structure of language and the ways in which it functions in different settings. There are many fields in linguistics, and one increasingly prominent area of applied research is forensic linguistics. So, what is forensic linguistics? Forensic linguistics involves the application of scientific knowledge to language in the context of criminal and civil law. Forensic linguistics have an interest in understanding the language of the written law, its complexity and its origin, as well as the use of language and forensic procedures. For example, linguists are interested in the language of police interviews with witnesses and suspects. And the second theory is impoliteness strategies. Culpeper proposed 5 impoliteness strategies. Number 1 is bold on record impoliteness. Number 2 is positive impoliteness. Number 3 is negative impoliteness. Number 4 is sarcasm or mock politeness. And number 5 is withhold politeness. Alright, now we are coming to the analysis. Look at the picture beside. The picture beside is one of the evidence about the insulting toward Mr. President. Yeah, we can see the picture and we can conclude that from the picture we can conclude that the hater tried to insult Mr. President. And not only the sentence and the praise that insult the president, but also the picture is very impoliteness. And the sentence, there are some sentence in the picture. The sentence is, punya presiden tapi tidak berguna, jual aja di tokobagus.com, langsung ketemu pembelinya. So, from the italic words we could see that there are so many threatening words that address the president. And this is absolutely classified as negative impoliteness. And also the supporting picture that followed this status made this post classified into negative impoliteness which use threading egg. And the picture beside is the second evidence that I got about the insulting to the president via social media. The date beside is positive impoliteness because we can see the words Lady Gaga. The word Lady Gaga above categorized as call the other name because the haters tried to equalize Mr. President with one of the Hollywood artists based on the traditional custom that he wore. And I want to explain what is the positive impoliteness. Positive impoliteness is the use of strategies designed to damage the addresser's positive face who wants to be acknowledged as a part of society. Positive face here means desire from a person to be responded and needed by others. Look at the data beside. This is the law that governs the insulting towards president. I think almost all countries throughout the world have laws about hate speech. The picture beside is one of the laws about the hate speech or impoliteness in Indonesia. And I think both of the data that I mentioned before is including in violence of law on the pictures beside, because the data show that the hater intentionally publicly insulted President Joko Widodo by written, and the hater above, I think, should be punished. And now, after the analysis, I can conclude that sometimes social media will give the negative impact if we don't use it correctly. The users of social media should be aware about anything before post something because it can insult someone. And for all social media users, they should manage their utterance while using social media. I think that's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention.